we are back. 20 really essential bikepacking things that I think you should consider if you're doing a bikepacking trip. Number 1, Tailfin have now completed their full range of bikepacking equipment. The latest is the long top tube bags. I like top tube bags as they are, but what I like about the long top tube bag is it really maximizes the potential to be able to carry more stuff. So they offer these in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. The internals of these basically allow you to customize the inside with all these different little spaces and stuff to be able to hold tools, hold spares, hold a pump, all that kind of thing. They just Velcro inside of that. And the mounting system is the same that's used on the frame bags, which means you can bolt them on if you want to, but also you can just use Tailfin's straps to strap them on as well. Good people. Number 2 is controversial.
And I don't care.
Wax chains. The reason why I am a big believer in a properly waxed chain, as you can see, nothing on my hand, nothing. If you wax a chain properly using a wax which you melt and then you submerge the chain into it, it will last a very long time. It doesn't seem to attract much dirt. I personally have found that wax chains work really well in worse conditions still, but you do have to maintain them as well. Styrkr do a really good range of stuff for helping with this. They do their super secret chain coating, which is this stuff, which you can use to top up your waxed chain if it starts to make a little bit of noise. Styrkr offer a variety of different things which will allow you to be able to do this. They do their secret chain wax blend, put that into like a crock pot or an actual chain waxing device. But they also provide something which is called a strip chip. So a chain that you purchased will come with like a factory grease on it, which is fine, you can ride on it, but it really is sticky and not very nice. You put a strip chip in with the wax, that strips the factory grease off the chain and therefore then allows you to apply the wax. They also offer these things called an endurance chip and a speed chip. Now, the idea of these is this one will make the wax a little bit more efficient and this one will make it last longer. This one is what I would use for time trialing, any form of racing. This is what I put into my wax for long distance stuff. As I said, waxing chains is controversial, but I am definitely a waxer, not a luber. Number 3 is this little guy, a wolf tooth, tiny pump. This little lad can pump up to 70 PSI and it's tiny, it's compact. It also has inside the base a tubeless little plug. More than good enough for like off-road and gravel riding. You can get enough pressure into your tires that you would need for that. And it comes with a little mount so you can mount it on underneath your bottle cage. Wolftooth also are a brand that offers replacement parts for everything. So if something breaks, you can get it replaced and therefore you'll be able to fix it. Good pump. Number 4, good lights. Exposure make this monster, which is called the 6-pack. It is huge. It turns night into day. It makes you look very, very bright. I've used this on events and it's lasted the whole event. You can get battery packs that are specifically designed to increase the length of life in this sort of thing. This here is a Diablo, which is one of their much smaller lights. 10 years old. It is pretty battered, it's pretty scuffed up. I actually sent this back to Exposure to have it serviced and they just sort of like checked it all over. I think they probably changed the battery in it after 10 years of use and it still works great. Their rear light that I really rate is called the Blaze. The battery life on them is very, very good, but I have in the past had moments where a light has fallen off my bike. It's quite nice to have a spare one. To me, the longevity of these products, yes, they are premium in terms of price, but they last a long time and you can get them serviced and reconditioned so they work great. Exposure lights, fantastic products, really well made, based in the UK. Number 5, Garmin's solar computers. This is a 1040 solar. The reason why I'm highlighting specifically the solar ones is because the battery life of them is ridiculous. They just keep going. Garmin have now brought out the 1050, which has got an incredibly good battery life. It's a bit, I guess you would say, smarter as a computer. It has a built-in bell. It has the ability to sort of highlight potential risks and warnings when you're riding. The 1040 is a bit older as a computer, but it's the one that I still take with me on long bikepacking trips. 1, because of the solar ability of it, and 2, it does everything I need to do. It navigates, it shows me my power numbers, it shows me where I'm going. It's just a great computer. This has been the one that I've used for pretty much everything. And it also has the bonus of having the little connectors on the underside, which means you can plug in one of Garmin's batteries if you want to as well, which connects to the underside of it. If you are looking for something else that is at a cheaper price point, have a look at the range and other offerings they have. For me, one of the other big things I like about the 1040 Solar is the screen's quite big. It just seems to be the one I keep resorting to. Feels like 6, we'll go with 6. 6-ish. So Wolftooth make a very lovely sort of compact set of tools which you can use for bikepacking trips. It's small, works really well. This particular one has pliers on it for if you snap a chain, which I have done, and there's the ability to put quick links inside that. But what I like about this as well is you've got all the additional bits for a multi-tool on the inside which you can plug onto this end. So you've then got an Allen key, a torque thing, some other spannery things, other bits and bobs. This particular one, this is a similar kind of idea tool. Also has inside it bacon strip things and all the stuff you'd need to repair a tubeless puncher and a chain breaker, which is on this end here. There's also a tiny, tiny knife.
Just in case.
This is a tire lever and a spoke tightening device. One of the things that I quite like about this selection of stuff is it all magnetizes itself together. So it can all stay quite nice, compact and together in whatever bikepacking stuff you're using. Number 7, tinting lenses. There's a bonus one on this, and it's called Stringy Thing. They will darken when it's really sunny and bright. So it means you only have to have really one set of glasses. I like to be wearing glasses pretty much all the time because it helps with keeping dust and stuff away from your eyes as well. But there are occasions where I will take them off. And in those occasions, having a little stringy thing means they can just hang. So tinting lenses, these ones from Sungod, and Stringy Thing, courtesy of the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. Number 8, cargo bib shorts. Also, I'm going to share a little hack on how to fold up your bib shorts. Col have recently brought out their ARC range, which is their adventure, explory, gravelly kind of range, which has tons of pockets on it. You've got pockets on the side of the leg, 2 pockets at the rear as well. The reason why I think cargo bib shorts are really great is because of the ability to carry more snacks. Whether you are choosing to wear a traditional jersey or a t-shirt, you've still got loads of pockets which you can carry stuff with. I learned this tip from my friend Gareth Winter. Fold that leg in, wrap everything together, and then pull the other part over it. How good is that?
Genius.
Really, really simple, right? They're actually quite small and compact when you fold them up like that. The Col ARC bib shorts. Check them out. Number 9, a lightweight rain jacket. There's tons of rain jackets out there, of course, but it's worth looking at one which is more adventure focused. That means one that has a big hood and pockets. Col have brought out their ARC Rain Jacket. As a lightweight rain jacket, it folds up really small. Can zip it right up, and you can see the hood is massive. It does not work if you're not wearing a helmet. I look like a Jedi, or I look like one of Voldemort's mates. But if you're wearing a helmet, this actually works really, really well. Col's ARC stuff has, in my opinion, been a really good addition to their range and allowing you to keep yourself dry and comfortable for your bikepacking trips. And it folds up small. If you have a road or gravel bike that you're looking to go on an adventure with and you are trying to find a way to get more gears, number 10 could be that option for you. Wolftooth makes some fantastic little thingamajibs to help with this. They're called Road Links. This is Road Links. There's 2 different versions. This is a Road Link and this is a Road Link DM, so direct mount. The idea of these is to increase the gear range on your rear mech on your bike. If you're, for example, running a Shimano drivetrain and you've got a GRX rear mech on the bike, I think the maximum cassette side for the GRX Di2 12-speed is a 36 cassette running a 2x system. Now, you can use something like the Wolftooth Roadlink DM to increase the range by effectively dropping the mech down slightly, and it will allow you to be able to fit a bigger cassette on without causing any weird rubbing of the mech on the cassette or anything like that. I think every edition of Badlands has had one of these on the bikes, apart from the Drop Bar Hardtail edition. Instead of having to buy a new group set, or instead of having to buy a new rear mech, maybe consider looking at Wolftooth's Road Links as an option to allow you to increase your gear range on your bike. Number 11, bin bag jackets. I've got two different offerings here of down jackets. There's this one, which is a Patagonia Micro Puff or Nano Puff. I'm not actually sure which one it is. Someone I'm sure will say. This jacket I've had for 7 years now, and it's the one that I use for bikepacking loads. And I just want to give a little shout out to Patagonia, who offer a free repair service if you break or damage your product. So I actually broke the zip on this recently and sent it away. They repaired it, sent it back. The reason why I like this particular one from Patagonia is it folds up really small, and it is actually incredibly warm, and it has a synthetic down in it. So even if it does get a bit wet, it still kind of keeps you sort of warm. The secondary option I have here is from the Col. They have now brought out what is like a lightweight jacket thing, which Jack has not seen and is very excited by. It's effectively like a cycling jersey with insulation in it. It's not going to keep you as warm as a proper down jacket will, but if you're on a colder trip and you want something which just keep the warmth in you a little bit more, that's a really, really good option. Folds up small as well. You can put it in your pocket. They also do a gilet version, which I seem to be using all the time at the moment. There's also something, it's got fluff in it. Everyone loves to fluff. A lot of the new like Le Col wintry stuff, they've collaborated with Pertex. If you don't know Pertex, they make absolutely fantastic fabrics and materials, and you can see this is all Pertex fabric on the inside, which helps to keep you warm, combined with the insulation inside of this. Yeah, really, really good. Number 12, Bivvy bag, emergency bivvy, any of those kind of things. I will always have a minimum of an emergency bivvy on me. This is an emergency bivvy. It's basically the same sort of fabric that a foil blanket is made out of. I'm not going to get it out completely because that would be silly, but you can see it there. They are kind of 1-2 use thing. It is an emergency bivvy bag. It should be used in an emergency situation. You should not rely on this. But if I don't have a bivvy on me and I think I'm going to be staying in accommodation more, I will still take one of these just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry. If you are looking for an example of a good bivvy bag to use, the one I have, and I have used probably now for 5 or 6 years, is from Outdoor Research. It's called the Helium Bivvy, and it comes with a tent pole, so you can lift it off your face, and it's a fantastically well-made and pretty lightweight product as well, so it works incredibly well. There are obviously tons of brands out there making bivvy bags, but it's the best one I've had. Number 13. If you are sleeping outside, you 100% need an air mat. The one that I have been using for a long time is from AlpKit. It's called the Cloud Base. Looks like giant bubble wrap. Folds up really, really small, super lightweight. The reason why I think an air mat is an essential is 1, it helps with comfort. 2, more importantly, lifting you off the ground means you're not going to get as cold. I mean, it is centimeters, does make a surprisingly large amount of difference. Number 14, bonus mounting stuff. There's a very good system from Wolftooth called the B-Rad system. What they do is they do different offerings of different products that allow you to effectively carry more stuff that you might be limited by in terms of the mounting points that exist on your bike. So part of Wolftooth's B-Rad system is they offer things like double bottle mounting system, a bottle shift system, everywhere base, B-Rad system base, 3-slot base, and strap adapter. Something like the bottle shift system allows you to mount a bottle cage on your bike if it might be a tricky bike to mount something in, such as a full suspension mountain bike. It might allow you to fit 1 or 2 bottles in nicer. The double bottle system is a way of allowing yourself to mount 2 bottles on your down tube. Strap adapter system allows you to mount stuff on the down tube, on the underside if you've got no kind of mounting systems there or solutions for that. Everywhere base will allow you to mount something like a water bottle to your top tube or to the back of your saddle if you're keen to make sure you're carrying more water on the bike. And then these things, these B-Rad mounty things, effectively allow you to lower the position of the bottle holes on your bike, which might allow you to fit a larger frame bag in or therefore carry larger water bottles. Number 15, a clever watch. I use a Garmin Enduro 3 Solar, which is their kind of top-end adventure-y, explorer-y watch. The battery life is ridiculous. It's like 40 days or something ridiculously stupid like that. It also has the solar charging ability that you have in something like the 1040 Solar bike computer, which helps to make it last even longer. One of the things I love about this watch, it's got a light on it. You may think it's a gimmick, but this light is genuinely one of the most used things on the watch for me. You can use one of the Garmin watches as a navigation device if you want to. You can add things like Komoot onto that, so you can effectively have your route onto there if you don't have a bike computer. You can also use it as a heart rate monitor to be able to record any heart rate data that you want. I get a bit fed up with heart rate straps being a bit uncomfortable, and sometimes on events I'll use this over wearing a heart rate strap to record heart rate data. It's more than good enough to give you a number as an indicator to work with. Number 16. I think most people will probably agree with me on this one. Whether you're bike packing on a road bike or a gravel bike or a mountain bike or whatever bike it is, just using mountain bike shoes and pedals and cleats. The mountain bike system I use is Shimano's system, which is an SPD pedal, small little one there. You can get a variety of different price point pedals that are SPD compatible. These are Garmin Rally power meter pedals. You can get non-power meter ones from brands like Shimano, etc., that use the same cleat system. But the reason why I really rate a SPD system is it means that your shoes are way more easier to walk in. They often have actual tread on them in some way, shape or form. And especially in some of the events that I've done, there is a lot of hiker bike.
I'm walking it this year, mate.
Having a shoe with some sort of tread in it means you can actually properly walk on it. Number 17, buffs. I've got two different options here. One which is like almost looks like neoprene, but it's not. It's like a lycra insulated one, and a merino one. Both of these are from Col. I had a message from a guy who was racing the Atlas Mountain Race this year for the first time, and he asked me for one product that I think is essential for that event that most people probably wouldn't recommend. When I did the Atlas Mountain Race last time, a lot of people got really bad coughs from all of the dust and the, shit in the air. Having one of these can allow you to just sort of keep the dust stuff off your lungs a bit. Also, if it's really, really cold, it can help keep you warm. And there's no reason why as well, if it's really, really hot, you can't use it just to keep the sun off the back of your neck a little bit. Number 18. If there is anything on a trip that I insist on taking with me, it is salt tablets. The reason why is you can always find other food options out there. You can find sports nutrition, you could find Haribo, make yourself like little sandwiches and stuff like that. So there's always ways to get carbohydrates in the system. But salt, Styrkr do a tablet which is 1,000 milligrams of salt in it. I would normally take a couple of tubes of these. People underestimate how much salt you lose when you sweat. So making sure you're on top of that is going to allow you to stay fresher and recover better. So I will ride with one tablet in every bottle pretty much all year round, whether that is 1,000 milligram or 500 milligrams of it. It will definitely help with things like cramp recovery, being able to go day in, day out every day. Consider taking some salt tablets with you. Number 19, this is a Dynaplug racer. I think Dynaplug make the best tubeless repair system out there. This particular one, the Racer, it has two different options on it. This one is for a bigger hole and this one's for a smaller hole. You basically get in the tire, the little metal bit goes into the tire and then the rubbery bit basically sticks out, which plugs the hole. So Dynaplug Racer or any of the Dynaplug products, go check them out. Number 20, battery packs and a blocky chargy thingy-majiggy. Recently, I've been using Belkin ones, and it's purely because I forgot my battery pack once at the airport, and it was the only brand that was available. But they do seem pretty good, pretty lightweight, seem to do the job. This one has got USB-C and USB on it, but it just means you can charge stuff on the go. You're not relying on plugs all the time. If you do need to rely on plugs, this particular one has an EU adapter, a UK adapter, a USA/Australia adapter. It has 1, 2, 3 USB-Cs and 2 USBs and a normal pluggy bit as well, which you can plug all kinds of stuff into it. The reason why I really rate these is because you can charge a lot of stuff at the same time. Got another bonus one. Number 21, suspension. There are a lot of different offerings out there in terms of suspension that you could consider adding to your bike. I think especially as I've got older and I've broken several body parts from doing stupid bike packing things. Suspension effectively allows you to be more comfortable. Redshift make suspension stems, which is a fantastic offering to give you a bit of comfort in your handlebars. Effectively, this point here pivots, so it goes up and down, which should take the worst of the kind of vibration away from your ride. If you do have a frame which has got suspension corrected geometry, you can look at something like this. This is Fox's gravel fork. So this is basically a proper suspension fork, but designed for gravel riding. Also works fantastic and will give you more squidge. I'm a big fan of having suspension forks and being able to lock out the suspension if you need to as well, which means that you can effectively have it as a rigid fork when you're riding on roads or something like that, and then you can open it up when you're going off-road. And the additional comfort for that, I think personally allows me to ride further and faster as well. Hopefully these 20 things, actually 21 things, were quite useful to you and might help you in your adventures out there. If you have any other suggestions that you would like to add to the list, please drop them in the comments below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one.